Hello and welcome to Beyond the Reels, the series where we dive into all the details behind the industry's new slot releases. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at Amusnet's new cluster pays title, Coin Gobbler, the latest slot from the studio. Now, I'm delighted to be joined by Plamen Slavov, a game producer at Amusnet, to walk us through all the details behind this new release. How are you doing today, Plamen?
Great, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you. Ready to dive straight into this slot. So, before we do that, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself and the role that you play at Amusnet?
Yeah, sure thing. Well, I've been in the gambling industry for over 10 years now. I've spent a significant portion of that as a designer and animator. And recently I've transitioned into producing slot games. And my role in the company involves generating ideas for innovative and engaging and fresh game mechanics. And later that with collaboration with our experts and different teams, uh, we develop the games and try to ensure they meet their high standards and quality of player satisfaction that our company is trying to deliver.
Okay, and now looking at this new slot that came out in the past couple of weeks, what was the inspiration behind this sort of coin gobbler character, as well as his name, and how does he sort of complement the game's rather traditional fruit theme?
The inspiration behind the Coin Gobbler game and the character Oscar was multi-faced. We aimed to create a game that would appeal to a broader audience while maintaining the charm of traditional fruit games. With this in mind, we introduced Oscar, the Coin Gobbler, as a polite, respectful, honest, and confident character to engage a diverse player base. Oscar's well-balanced sense of humor, characterized with wit and playfulness, ensure uh, he resonates with players and adds an element of fun to the game. We choose the name Oscar because it sounds, at least for us, um, like he should be announcing spectacular events in tuxedo, uh, preferably aligning with his respectful and confident nature. By introducing Oscar into the game, we aim to complement the classic fruit theme with a fresh, engaging character who enhance the overall player experience, all while honoring our successful history with fruit themed games.
I see, and you can certainly notice how implementing such a character, like a jolly character, into the game is something that can help players sort of laugh along with their gameplay. Now, there's a bit of a different sort of art style in this game compared to the last Amusnet slot we covered on Beyond the Reels, which was Cavemen and Dinosaurs. Now, how did you decide on the art style for this game?
While Caveman and Dinosaur showcase a unique art style, we wanted to explore a new visual direction for this game to better align with unique theme and elevate the overall player experience. Our commitment to deliver high quality games with intriguing themes and striking visuals. By experimenting with various art styles, we not only keep content fresh and engaging, but also broaden our appeal to a diverse player base. Each game benefits from its own distinct visual identity, contributing to various experiences. Caveman and Dinosaur was a fantastic example of our creative approach to art, and we applied the same dedication to developing visually captivating style for Coin Gobbler.
So, what made the studio turn to a cluster pays mechanic for its latest key slot release? And can you explain how wins are formed with this mechanic?
Yeah, the slot games are here to stay. That's a fact. But recently, we noticed there a slight change in direction. It seems the players are seeking new and fresh mechanics and teams. So the cluster games bring that fresh feel to the slot games and introduce new mechanics. So in a way, we are only trying to give the players what they need, what they want. Regarding the wins, they are provided when there are six or more identical symbols stacked horizontally or vertically. So that's it.
Okay, and wild symbols have also been implemented into this title, which isn't something you always see with a cluster-based game. So, how do wilds impact Coin Gobbler?
Well, the wild itself is the main attraction of the game. The cluster mechanic works really great with different sizes of wild, uh, so that it can bring quite a lot of dynamics to the game. That's why we introduced Oscar as a wild symbol. He throws wild with different sizes on the screen to bring that big wins the player are seeking.
Okay, and the game also offers a free spins feature. Now, how can players activate this bonus feature in the game, and what special features are sort of found within it?
The Coin Gobbler loves coins, so the free spins feature can be triggered when four or more coins land on the screen, or by purchasing it through the buy bonus button next to the slot, of course. When the feature is active, the players receive 6 free spins, and a progression indicator appears next to the slot. The wild symbols is always present on the screen, changing to a random position on each spin. The wild collects each coin on the screen, and for every 4 coins collected, it increases its size for the remaining free spins. Additionally, 1 to 3 free spins are awarded. This way, we introduce a progressive feature when where the player is working toward bigger wild symbols and more free spins. The feature starts with wild as a regular symbol size, with the potential to get as big as the whole slot, which will reward the max win for the game, which is 6,000 times the bet.
You did mention it there. There is a buy bonus option available in Coin Gobbler. Now, do you think there's a growing demand for these functionalities to be included in slot titles? And if there is, do you think it comes more from operators demanding it or from the players demanding it themselves?
Well, yeah, there's a growing demand for buy bonus features in slots, and the demand is driven by both players and operators. The buy bonus features allow players to take control of the game, giving them the option to experience the most exciting part of the slot whenever they choose. Also, the bonus rounds are typically the most engaging and rewarding part of the game, so the ability to access them directly keeps players more engaged. On the other hand, offering games with buy bonus helps the operators with retention, which transition to bigger revenue. So it seems a win-win feature for all.
Okay, great. And now that we've gone sort of past the halfway point of 2024, how has the first half of the year looked like for Amusnet?
Well, Amusnet had fantastic year so far, progressing steadily and releasing a diverse array of engaging games. We have some notable releases, including Orient Story Deluxe, a revamped version of a beloved classic featuring redefined mechanics and multiple buy bonus options. Another exciting title is Wild Traces, where a special symbol leaves a mark uh, anywhere on the slot it lands, and multipliers on the slot for 10 spins before it transforms all markers into wild symbols. Additionally, we launched Twitchcoof 8, a branded game inspired by the legendary football player Christos Twitchkov. These titles, along with many others, showcase our commitment to developing innovative and exciting gambling experience. Uh, Looking ahead, we are excited to continue this momentum with many more thrilling releases to come.
Okay, so lots of exciting stuff that we've already seen from Amusnet in the first half of the year, particularly with that Stoichkov slot, which certainly piqued my interest as a football fan. Now, looking ahead, what can our viewers expect from Amusnet in the remainder of the year?
Well, we are planning releasing a lot of interesting and innovative games with exciting features. Some are with in the animal kingdom, some are in the festive mood. I'm not gonna talk about too much about it, but there's a lot of good stuff coming in. But if you want, I can introduce you to Oscar so he can talk about his plans.
My calendar is fully booked. In September, I'm on my way to Portugal for the debut of my game at SBC Summit Lisbon. In October, I'm off to Vegas. And in January, I will meet all industry players in person in Barcelona as a main host at another major event. Woohoo!
Well, that's great to hear. So thank you so much for joining us today, Plamen, and giving our viewers some insights into Coin Gobbler, one of Amusnet's most interesting and exciting new titles. Now, for those of you watching, make sure to check out the new slot at home, and goodbye for now, Plamen, and goodbye to the Coin Gobbler as well.
Thank you too, and don't forget, it's magic time!